I want to make it my fight. I want to fight at my pace. Tasha's never done 10 rounds, so I want to see how she does at an high pace. Watching a few of Tasha's fights, you can see that she kind of gets into plodding kind of, and a lot more slow pace than what I'm used to. So yeah, I do want to put the pressure on her, and we'll just see how it works out.
Do you think she's got more to prove than you at this level?
I believe so. Every time I've been put in there with tougher opponent or something on a big occasion, I've always stepped up to the occasion. Whereas Tash, she hasn't really proven herself as a professional. She's the one that's come from the amateurs, the elite amateurs, the Olympics. She should be the one that's in my position now as a champion, but she's not. So me personally, she's 36 years old. I personally think this is her last opportunity.
Thanks, Terry. That's all for me. Good luck on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Jake on the call. Jake Donovan. Okay, we'll move on to the next one then. If you go to ready when you are, Dan.
Sorry, mate. Wi-Fi cut out, so I didn't realise it was me next. How you doing, Terry?
I'm good, thank you.
Someone's already mentioned, of course, it's the first British all-female world title fight, which is a big thing in itself. I think it's also the first time an openly gay female fighter has headlined anywhere in the world, not just in the UK. Female specifically, I know Orlando Cruz has done it for the men. How much do you let yourself think about that stuff, regardless of the fight and the threat Tasha poses, the kind of greater context of it all?
So for me, I just focus on the fight. I know boundaries are being broken, and I've broken a lot of boundaries and made some history in my last fights. But yeah, all I focus on is the job ahead.
And I spoke to Tasha last week, and she was saying the only thing she was worried about in terms of matching you was the fitness aspect, and she's got herself into the shape of her life. Do you feel sometimes your boxing skills are undervalued because people do focus a lot on your fitness and your work rate?
I don't know why people are always going about the fitness, because I haven't really gone through the gears yet. Nothing compared to what I've shown in the gym. But obviously, I know sparring in the fight is completely different. But I still haven't shown everyone everything, and there's a lot of layers to me. And I just think me fighting Tasha, a good opponent, it's only going to fetch the best out of me, and I'm excited for the opportunity to show everyone what else I can do.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Andy for Boxing Social. Do you want to jump in, mate?
Hi, Terry. How you doing?
Hiya.
I'm just going to start it like a normal interview. It'll only be a couple of minutes as well. Right. This is Andy Purwell for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by WBC World Champion Terri Harper over Zoom. Terry, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Obviously, very different circumstances this time around to what you're used to. How have you found kind of your first couple of days in a bubble though?
Only good, settled in straight away. Obviously, we came yesterday, got here just gone one, straight in for the test, straight into your room, and that hit me for that day. Similar to what I do at home, just chilling in front of the TV, planning my meals for the day, and that's it really. I've just enjoyed my own company.
Obviously, being stuck in a room as well for the last day or so, was there nerves about your test results?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think obviously when you do have a test, you get nervous with the results. But obviously, because of the reason, if you test positive, that's it, you're straight home, dream's over. But everything's come back clear, thank God, and we're just waiting for Tasha's results, and then we've got a fight.
Obviously, just moving on to the fight itself, and obviously you're back with Tasha. Talking about preparations, Terry, how have you found kind of training over lockdown in particular?
I've enjoyed it. So obviously I was gutted when the fight got cancelled about 4 weeks into camp. But then I told Andrew I'll not let all that go to waste. And I kind of used training as a way for me to stay in a routine. Luckily enough, we just got an house that had a garage, so I kind of set that into my own gym. And yeah, I just stayed busy. like I said, it kept me in a routine, and it put me in a very good position for when things started to get lifted and relaxed, and we got the fight date to come straight back into the gym. And I know it's cliche and everyone says it, but I am definitely in the best shape of my life, and I've really trained hard for this opportunity.
Who do you feel there's more pressure going into the fight, Terri? Obviously, yourself, who's seen as kind of a leading light and potential to kind of enhance women's boxing further, or Tasha, who's coming towards the end of her career now. This may well be her only chance to fight for a world title. Who do you see there being more pressure on?
Well, I'm in a position that I never thought in a million years that I would be in. I came away from the sport, obviously, at 16, and like I said, never thought I'd be here. Whereas Tash, she's come from the elite amateurs, she's come from the Olympics, she's turned over in hopes to become a world champion, and here I am. I believe Tash should be the one that's in my position as a champion, but for me, I personally believe Tasha's last opportunity to prove herself, and the pressure's on her. It's got to be. I'm just loving every minute and loving every opportunity that I'm getting.
Just a couple more quick ones, Terri. Obviously, I imagine you've played the fight out many times in your own mind, but how do you expect it to go when yourself and Tasha are in the ring on Friday night?
Well, I believe I'm going to have a few rounds in with Tash. She's going to be on really, but then I believe my fitness, I've proved I can do 10 rounds. I'm just gonna break it down slowly but surely.
I know they've got a large fan base, and you're going to be gutted that they can't be in attendance on Friday. But how do you feel you will cope boxing behind closed doors and without your fans there?
I've just got more chance to. It gives me the opportunity to concentrate more. Obviously, when you're walking out in front of all them people, you kind of have your blinkers on anyway, and you're just focused on the job ahead in the ring. And there's one voice I listen to, and that's Andrew. And on Friday night, I'm going to be able to hear his voice a lot more clearly.
Terri, appreciate your time. Best of luck with the rest of the preparations. Obviously, fight night.
Okay, Fuad, behind the gloves, mate. Got time for about 2 or 3 moving forward. We've just got to fly through this a bit now. Cheers, guys.
All right, Terri.
Hiya.
How are you doing? Don't even get into that. Let's go into it. Obviously, this fight against Natasha is huge in many circumstances. When lockdown did happen and this fight was called off, was there any thought of when Eddie announced these shows behind in his garden, was there any thought of taking maybe a fight where it's not as big as this one is, then you could wait off and take Natasha into the arenas when that does come back, or was it always just, I said, this is the fight I want?
Always Tash, obviously. Yeah. I'm probably lucky that we got Tash, really. Two British females. No one's having to fly in from a foreign country or anything like that. They're not stuck with that, so it's probably good that this fight is meant to be. But yeah, it's obviously I knew during lockdown this fight was always going to happen. Didn't know exactly when, so I just stayed ready like I was told to do.
You spoke about not going through your gears fully in other fights. You can sort of take it down and control the fight at some level. Do you feel like in this fight you might have to push up a few gears, not just because of styles and how good Tasha is, but more so, would you think your nerves will play up to the big occasion where you might have to push yourself to through a few more gears?
I just want to. So I'm going to go out and box Tash. I'm not going to do anything daft, but I do want to have the opportunity to show everyone what else I can do. Here I am headlining on one of the biggest stages. All eyes on us that night. So it's time for me to showcase my talent, and it's the perfect opponent, perfect opportunity for me to go to the next level. You've
got a common opponent in Vivian Obanov, which she obviously lost to, and you beat her. Have you watched that fight back, and how much have you been studying in that sense of that fight?
Not really. We haven't really gone off the Vivian defeat. Everyone has an off night, and that was Tasha's off night. So we've been watching a lot of the Tasha's best performances, really, because we're playing for the best Tash. But yeah.
One more. You're 23. You're 10-0. You're having this huge fight, and you're pretty much on top of the world at the moment, literally with your titles. Where do you see your career going? Where do you think is going to be the max? Or is it just let's ride the wave and just do as much as we can? Because at 23 to be at this point, you've obviously got a lot more to come. But does that ever sort of come into your mind? Like, how far can I go? How long will I be in this sport for?
Yeah, No, I kind of just rolling with it, and then just enjoying every opportunity that's given to me. But obviously, I want to fight other champions at this weight, and then definitely look at moving up weight. But yeah, that's not up to me. I just box who I'm told to box, and I'm just enjoying the journey.
Awesome. All the best, Terri.
Thank you.
Catch you soon.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. And we also have a free app available on iTunes and Google Play, so make sure you go and download that. Bye Fight fans.